students. Now I'm going to discuss on a very important topic which all of you will be coming across. It's called web-based library services. My name is Dr. Shantanu Ganguly. I'm the fellow of the Knowledge Management Division of TERI. So first of all, we will look into it that I'll give you a, the internet is growing very large, and there is a lot of textual, image and other kind of information is increasing day by day. So what is the important thing is why we are studying this particular thing. So equal opportunity for access to all, information sharing for any numbers of users at any time, provides a distribution of information system, moving to owning model to access model, exchange of electronic mail and other data files in a wide area environment, online real-time interactions with other network users, participation in electronic media like mailing list and conferences, receipts and delivery of electronic publication, access to data stored on remote computers, access to remote scientific computing equipment such as supercomputer, remote sensing equipments, telescope, graphic processors, access to wide selection of public domain and software. These are some of the areas. Now, what are the library services? Library refers to the facilities which are provided by a library for the use of books and dissemination of information for the need and meet the requirement in the user's requirement. Some of the the basic services which we talk about library in the cataloging, classification, circulation service, reservation, renewals, new arrivals, current contents, current awareness, selected dissemination of information, indexing and abstracting, reference service, document delivery, interlibrary loan, externally purchased databases, CD-ROM databases, access to other library catalogs, access to online databases. So all these services have changed its more to an extent with web environment. Now, what is exactly the wave? Let us first understand about this. Wave is popularly known as synonymous term of World Wide Web. The internet and its publishing arm, the triple W, are important components in the communication process. The web is a client or a server system, and to access all kinds of information to anyone on the net. The information can be in the form of a regular text, hypertext, pictures, sounds. Users, newsgroups, and other types of data to access this information use a client program called browser. Within the web, the information is stored in pages. Each page can hold not only the information but links to other pages. In each page, a particular word or sequence of words, highlighted item, and other information related to that words in some other pages. This means that the web servers at that location request the new page and then display it on the screen. Now, triple W may represent an intermediate form between recorded and unrecorded communication and information transfer. Because it is a new medium, we have not yet fulfilled the dynamics of its behavior, keeping in mind the today's tremendous increase in information and changing users' behavior. As we can see that the web is an ideal medium for providing informations. Here are some of the common facilities we can enjoy from web. Like for example, hypertext document, text, pictures, sound, animation facilities, equal opportunity for access to all, information sharing, provides a distributed information system, moving to owning to access model, exchange of electronic mail, online real-time interactions, participations in electronic media, and receipt and delivery of electronic publications, access to data stored on remote computers, access to remote scientific equipment, and access to wide selection of public domain and shareware software. So these are some of the very important features which are embedded in the web systems. Web-based library services, when we talk about it, let me give you a background of it. A beginning library was a storehouse of books and documents, which is very common. So after a long time, library started document delivery service and circulation came into the picture. From middle of the 19th century, there were drastic change of the library services. In 1960, like Professor Loon, HP Loon of IBM, USA 91 initiated the computer like SDI, current awareness service and indexing services came into the. In USA, one of the most popular, most popular bibliographical processing of the used database, if we can look at that, is National Library of Medicine, Bethesda, USA. They came out with a database called Medical Literature Retrieval Service. On short form, it is called as MEDLARS in 1963. Chemical Abstract Service like American Society in 1907, RECON, Remote Control System of National Aeronautics and Space Administrations, and the UK British Library came out with a more important area called BLAZE, British Library Automation Information Service, where a 140 computer-based international information system is various discipline and missions established on cooperating basis by 36 UN organization agencies within the conceptual framework of UNIST. Many of them offering an online information retrieval also like INIS and EGRIS, Global Environment Monitoring System like GEMS, and Population Information System like POPINS, and International Patent Documentation System like in part of. So these are some of the backgrounds where you can see there is an escalated growth of web-based library services has taken place over the years. Basic advantage is to save the precious time of the scientist, available of less number of library staff to carry out the library works and services, less dependence upon the library staff for getting the required information, location of laboratories, departments in different places in the campus, instant and elaborate information requirements for R&D activities, information for decision making in MIS, multi-fold increase of the cost of books and journals, availability of information in different places and in different formats, and cut in the library budget. The scope of the web-based services like library networks offer such potential and new capabilities for sharing information among different library and information centers. Interlibrary loan can be provided, online ordering and acquisition can be done, networking with union catalogs of various items of information is a boon. Reference service can be enhanced by email, internet through LAN and WAN. CD-ROM multimedia service can be provided effectively through networks. Current awareness and SDI may given the networking system, and the users may retrieve references of their interest. Speed of data communication through networks is a very high, and the internet is a major tool that delivers to the front door of the network. So these are some of the scope of web-based services. Now, why web-based service has taken such a huge, it has grown leaps and bounds. Library service on the internet requires many of the same qualities as traditional references, like accuracy, promptness, courtesy, and understanding of the information need. It provides users with the convenience of accessing information in their own time, saving them traveling cost and time. The provision of these services is not constrained by the traditional opening hours, but can be offered on a 24-hour, 7 days a week basis, known as 24/7. And there would be a disadvantage is not knowing having a face-to-face encounter. There are many advantages to this new medium, and the greatest advantage is that many more users can be helped by using electronic library services. So these are the usability or the advantages of the electronic web-based electronics library services are established due to the following reasons. So ensuring the needs of the users and the accessible information masked at all times, delivering those information sources to the user in a timely and appropriate fashion, ensuring the information is of high quality, accurate and appropriate, assisting the user in interpreting the materials if necessary, promoting user awareness of new services and information sources as they develop, and providing users with individual guidance and support as they build their information search and application skills. Some of the general services which are very popular with the web are like listserv, subject database, community informations, government sources, library catalog, shopping and other commercial transactions, document delivery, commercial resources, bulletin board, email facilities, and surfing. So some of them we would be describing in detail. Now, web-based services, when I took a look at access to the database, bibliographic and catalog service, bulletin board service, push-based service, current awareness service, profit-based alert service, ESDI, which is linking to the remote information, list of acquisitions, hosting on web, email delivery, FAQ, interlibrary loan and document delivery service, internet subject gateways, newsletter services, OPAC and web OPAC, patent information service, reference services, Usenet, Uncover, webcasting, whiteboard, and virtual library. Access to databases. Several publishers today offer web-based intranet solution for providing the local access to their databases. Like for example, Silver Platter, Cambridge Scientific Abstract, Institute for Scientific Information, journal publishers have also begun to offer their similar situations. Large R&D libraries can take advantage of these developments and provide the key desktop to key databases and electronic publications. And apart from external purchase database, libraries have their own collection of CD-ROM databases mounted on their CD server. Online databases such as Dialog, LexisNexis, ERIC are delivering their database over internet. Bibliographic and cataloging services. This service can also be prepared by different databases along with the web. Like for example, Los Alamos ePrint archive is the procured productive means of communicating for astrophysics, quantum physics, and considered matter theory. Veronica's Net Wide Index, Archie and NCSTRL, technical support on computer science, and some other. Like for example, if you visit to www.kmceter.org is the Chemical Society, American Chemical Society's virtual community for chemistry professionals, researchers as central source for information on chemistry and related sources. So receive the information on ACS like American Chemical Society program and activities. Provide awareness of important scientific issues. Explore career options and job opportunity. Link to publication of ACS and links to world's most comprehensive database of chemical informations. Telnet access to remote computer of different organization library catalog is also available. Information on books which are not easily available may be accessed to Telnet. Library of Congress catalog is a very popular online service that we come across. So some of the examples like bibliographic surveys, Abbey's Online and BRS Online I have already talked about here. Current awareness service where according to the loon, like when you provide an information, so current informations to the your users, your stakeholders on a particular area, particular topic, which is a very always in demand. And some of the topmost publishers and some of the big organizations, they have got a very robust current awareness service in on board. Like for example, bibliothèque review, or you can talk about some of the techniques like your silver platter, NISC, Ovid, dialogue, and factions. These can be of a great help to the various people and all. So that could be a very important thing. Current sites is a very popular thing where bibliographical information, selected sites of books and electronic public documents are available on that. SDI service is basically a catering to personal need of the users. So it's a very important thing where you understand the need of the faculty members and then you customize the requirement and send it to him on as per his needs. So this is not a general information service which is provided. As the title suggests, it is selective dissemination of information, which is very important in today's context. Email service, it could be web-based email service where you make an announcement of a particular service or a particular product. If you have developed a lot of leading publishers, journal publishers and all, they keep on sending the different kinds of marketing campaign emails to their users so that they can generate an interest on a particular topic and all. FAQs is a very important thing on a website because people have a lot of questions and people generally have to address somewhere when they have got a large number of questions on the World Wide Web. Out of which, like Ask Eric is an internet question answering services run by the Eric Clearinghouse on information technology at Syracuse University, New York. But here I would also like to suggest here, in current context, one of the important, frequently asked question has been converted into what is called as a chat box. It is an AI implemented, artificial intelligence implemented, where you, some of the important question and answers, they have been methodically, they have been documented. So when you write something on a particular systems, immediately it responds back to you based on your requirements and also. It's a very important thing as far as this particular thing is concerned. Internet subject gateways, subject-based information gateways are subject entrances. Like for example, on a particular topic, you basically you compile together all the resources, all the very important, on a particular topic, you put together all the information set up in a logical way, and then you provide it to the concerned customers. These are different kinds of subject guides. Are subject gateways are basically a kind of a gateway for the customized users to access their relevant resources from there. Some of the examples are very subject guided, like Pinacakes. I have talked about 45 various subject gateway. Like many of the multi-subject gateways are also like for example, Infomind, the Duchess, the Bubble Link, and the LIS gateway, like Bubble Journals, Abstracts, etc. Over 200 titles are there, which is very popular, and it's keep people, the library information science. A lot of resources are there, so people can they can access all those resources from there. Some of the examples of the subject gateways are already mentioned, but some of these more examples are there, like Trinity College Library, Australian Library, subject-based information, Pinacakes, Infomind, www. So I would request each one of you students to please go through each of these websites and have a look at it, because unless and until you go through them in detail, you won't be able to understand what are subject gateways. Subject gateways are very, very important as far as our library information science profession is concerned, and they are prepared and improvised. A lot of improvement takes place in the subject guides, so that because more and more customized information or more and more customized information is provided to their stakeholders. Listserv, it's a basically a discussion list where is a compilation of the emails of a similar of a like-minded people, and it's a kind of a discussion group on a particular topic. You send it is always in the form of an email message. There was an administrator, there is a moderator. You send out an email when you want a huge number of members of the discussion groups on a particular topic. You can send it out, and then the discussion takes place accordingly. So a threaded discussion can be created based on that itself. Then news clipping service, it's a very popular one. There's a different kinds of news clipping service where you provide, like for example in Terry, on different topics we take out the news, and those news are basically sent out to the different stakeholders. Now it could be on the basis of an email with a hyperlink to the concerned news, and the people can click on that hyperlink and get the information on that. So these news nowadays are customized also into a different groups also. News groups are always there on a particular, like for example, I have a news group on only on climate change or environment. So the customized informations which we compile, it can be sent to the specific climate change environment news group. So that kind of a discussion groups are generally created, and of important, very contemporary topics of interest are basically discussed into that news group actually. Newsletter services, like for example several newsletters we bring out from the and those newsletters are basically are sent out through email, through webmail they are sent it out. Sometimes they are on a free basis, sometimes they are priced also, but this is a very, very popular thing to do a lot of campaigning about your library and all. You can also develop the similar kind of a thing. OPAC is a very important thing, like, which is called as an open public access catalog, which is basically which talks about what is available in your library, what are the resources available. The objectives are, it means access to library housekeeping operations, especially circulations, and to give the user direct access to the machine readable bibliographic records. I mean, it is extremely important to have an OPAC system. And nowadays, what is most popular is your web OPAC. Now it is available in the web also, where you can reserve your resources, you can search your resources, and it will give you everything on a platter to all the users. So this is a transition from a OPAC to web OPAC. So a lot of web-based, library automation platforms are coming up, where these all web-based resources, can be accessible through that, and the bibliographical informations can be accessed through that. So this is a very important thing. Features of an web pack, it offers the libraries, the community to have access to various resources of other libraries also, allows users to interact with the documents stored on our computers, makes easier access to catalog data, sometimes has the ability to search the OPAC of other libraries, powerful tool that links all the electronic sources for easy access, make the catalog from providing informations to other access. It becomes another search engine referred as webcats or time of information gateway. It requires a login ID and a password, and user information on the screen such as login ID, username, passwords in boxes, and users can see when they can access the catalog and all. So this is a very, very important thing. In fact, nowadays, even the very customized mobile app has come up where the entire web pack is integrated and people can have access to all the resources of the library. Now, this is what I mentioned, that this it has got a tremendous advantage for the end users, so that sitting anywhere, anytime, they can access their resources by just clicking a few links they can see. In fact, many of the web pack, which is made up of e-books or e-journals, where if you are a bona fide users of that particular library and all, you can just click on the link and you can straight away go to the e-resources and you can have a look at it. So this is a very, very popular thing which has come up. These are the advantages of it. These are some of the examples of the very popular web packs like Library of Congress, British Library Catalog, HitleNet, WebCats, ChessWave, Z39.5 Gateway, Rogers UCSDs, Ultras, Silo, and Carl. So these are some of the very popular Webpack sites, and would request all of you to please go through some of these Webpack and all. Another important service which is provided, which is called Patent Information Service. Basically, it is the patent which is filed by researchers, and now these whatever the patents are filed and awarded, so there is a database. Now US patent trademark office, that is USPTO, is one of the very powerful database or patent database in the world, and it provides a patent news service also. It has got a huge amount of informations available with that. It is also there is a organization called Darwin Scientific and Patent Informations, where database is available on a different online hosts like Dialog, STN, Datastar, Orbit, etc. Biotechnology patents are there, chemical patents plus chemical abstracts are there. So these are some of the patent information service which is of a great importance, and the service is provided to the scientific community. Reference service, it is very important irrespective of what institutes you are. It is 24 into 7, like for example the accessing the resources. Tradition, it is ahead of the traditional library. In fact, the new concept which is coming up like reference 2.0, where basically continuous basis resources are provided on a continuous basis to all the users or the stakeholders. Some of the very popular thing like Ask Dictionary, or your online maps and atlases, the encyclopedia, Webster Dictionary, and some of the community services and all, they are all 24 into 7, they are accessible to the reference. And reference service is also provided to the users. Whenever they demand for a particular thing, immediately on our electronic mode, you provide the information service to them. Patrons reference service, which is basically spend time at the reference desk for their own favorite reference sources, those who always seem to have the answer to most difficult questions. So one of the good example of an online reference site is the Library Spot. This is comprehensive site, current event topic, online exhibitions. Another reference site of the web is narrow focus, is on Infomind, a reference site built by the librarians. It has about 14,000 links to meet the need of the faculty, student, researchers at the university level. It is an online resources include database, electronic journal, electronic books, bulletin board, listservs, online library catalogs, and conference proceedings. So these are very important. Some of the examples I have listed out. Readers advisory services, like for example, on a particular reader is looking for certain informations. So readers, generally the readers are those readers are provided certain customized informations from the resources which are available within the library, or maybe arranging it from the other library, and these are of great demand in today's context as far as the readers advisor is concerned. Online instruction for online searching, so a lot of programs takes place on online searching and online instructions and all. These are some of the reference resources I have listed out, which are in online, web-based, and these are of extensive use by the library professionals. So please remember, when you would be in a part of the library, you should be knowing each one of them, which is of great importance as far as these resources are concerned. Another is your Usenet. This is a global electronic bulletin boards. It consists of thousands of news groups. The newsfeed can be read variety of newsreader software programs, and it has got it can be, I mean, unlike messages received by email, news groups are not stored on your computer unless you specifically save it, but you can online, you can read it. So this is a very important thing. Uncover is an online periodic article delivery service and a current awareness alerting service. It indexes around 18,000 English language periodicals in its database and is still growing. Over 8 million articles are available through a simple online ordering system. 5,000 citations are added daily. Articles appear to Uncover at the same time the periodical issue is delivered to our library or local newsstand. So this is a very important thing. Webcasting is a very important, where is the push technology, pre-arrange updating of the news, weather, or other selected information on an internet's user desk through periodic and generally unobtrusive over the triple W. So push technology or webcasting is a method of information delivery across the web that pushes the information to the screens of the user's computer. Whiteboard environment is a very, very important thing. There can be many users connected to discuss on a topic and is different from the news group in the sense that the computer screen serves as a whiteboard and user can draw a figure using the mouse and the post message and all. Why there is a library site is required, the facilities and promote the library use to provide the basic information of the libraries, to permit the online access to local services, to make gateway to network information service and to introduce integrated push-based services. But some of the bad precedences also I would like to mention. Bad design results from the lack of experience or the compulsion to pull coolness about the utility. Badly use the colors. People have designed the website but don't know how to put it on a package form. Some of the colors, some of the words, some of the even the font size, they were not appropriate. And and the kind of some of the plugins which are used, they are not in a proper download. So sometimes it is a bad precedences created on a web-based library services also. So when you are designing a survey website, library website, or a web-based library services you are designing, you have to be extra careful how you are going to make the easy the life of the people, the users especially, because that's what is very much important. So so there are so in the future perspective, so in coming years you will find that there is a lot of demand would be taking place as far as the in the long term, as far as the web-based library services are concerned. And it is rapidly very it is like there is a concept of virtual librarian is coming up, where the librarian should be available 24 into 7 to provide the services to the people, and that can only be possible when you have a web-based applications for that. In Indian scenarios, some of the it was started very quite late, but there's a lot of development has taken place. A lot of IITs, IIMs, All India Medical Institutes, and other organizations top like Terry. We have developed. We are coming up with the different kinds of web-based library services, and this growing day by day, bringing in new innovations in the library services, which is at a full scale. So Indian scenario is not lagging behind, but they are also coming forward and a lot of development has taken place. One of the issues of the web-based library service is a huge volume of information generated every minute. No order or rules are imposed on the generation, distribution, access. No fully comprehensive record of the different documents, no classification, description of the framework, and therefore documents of all kinds of format, type of information like and subject can be found here. So a lot of informations are there. The challenges are many. The librarian should take one more step ahead for access to the internet. The librarian should have depth knowledge about the web resources. The librarian should create a web directory. One of the most widely used formal devices for organizing knowledge of information retrieval is by indexing. So we need to have a robust indexing platforms for developing all of them. So the conclusion is services are the heart of any kind of library, whether you are doing a conventional services or web-based libraries. Web-based library services today is a trend, and we all of us library professionals like you and me, we have to take the full advantages of the internet and their web facilities, and there should be a remarkable change has to take place in the web-based library services today, and so that the users are very happy in getting the library services through the web. So thank you very much and for your patience listening. Thank you.